Alex Eala ng pinansyal na tulong mula sa kanyang prize money sa isang tournament at inilaan ito para sa mga homeless o mga kababayan nating walang tirahan sa Quezon City.
Miraculous doesn't even begin to describe it. Just before facing Karolína Muchová in one of the most high-stakes matches of her young career at the Miami Open, Alex Eala quietly carried a secret that no one saw coming. Welcome back to Court Eva Tennis, where we bring you the most mind-blowing, heart-stopping, and truly unforgettable stories from the world of tennis. But today's story feels different, almost unreal, like something music, pulled straight out of a Hollywood script, yet completely true. Right before stepping onto the court, with pressure mounting and the world watching, Alex didn't just go through her usual routine or interact with fans in the expected ways. Instead, in a moment that stunned everyone once it came to light, she casually bought a lottery ticket. An ordinary act that would soon become part of an extraordinary and emotional story that no one could have predicted. In the chaos outside the stadium. She noticed a struggling grandmother and her young granddaughter being overwhelmed by the suffocating crowd, both desperately trying to catch even the briefest glimpse of their hero, Alex. In a fleeting moment that lasted no more than 20 seconds, Alex quietly handed them the lottery ticket she had just bought. A spontaneous, deeply human act of kindness that seemed small at the time. But what happened next turned that simple gesture into something truly extraordinary. That very same ticket carried the winning numbers, delivering a life-changing prize that erased years of crushing debt for the family. When Alex later learned about this unbelievable twist of fate, she responded with nothing more than a soft, knowing smile. Yet, it was what she chose to do afterward away from cameras. Without publicity or recognition that left the entire sports world stunned and emotional. To fully grasp the magnitude of this moment, you have to understand the intensity of the Miami Open. Held at the iconic Hard Rock Stadium, it's more than just a tournament. It's a pressure cooker where dreams are made or broken under the relentless Florida sun and the roar of massive crowds. For 20-year-old Alex, Miami is sacred ground. The very place where her meteoric rise first captured global attention, making this already emotional story even more powerful and unforgettable. Her rise to superstardom had truly ignited just 12 months earlier in unforgettable fashion. As a wild card at the Miami Open, Alex Eala shocked the tennis world with a Cinderella run that no one saw coming. With nothing to lose, she tore through a brutal draw filled with Grand Slam champions, dismantling them one by one and sending shock waves across the WTA Tour like a Category 5 storm. Overnight, she became more than just a rising star. She became a symbol of hope for an entire nation. Back home, the Philippines watched in sleepless, breathless anticipation as this young player carried the weight of national pride with a composure far beyond her years. Fast forward to the present, and the expectations had reached astronomical heights. Her passionate fan base, lovingly known as Team Quiet for the sleepless nights they endure supporting her from across time zones, were hungry for another miracle, and Alex was delivering. She stormed through the early rounds with commanding victories over seasoned players like Laura Siegend and Magda Linette, showcasing a ruthless top-spin heavy baseline game, sharper mental toughness, and a level of confidence that made it clear she belonged among the elite. But standing in her way in the round of 16 was a towering challenge, Karolína Muchová, the world number 14. And to be completely honest, Muchová isn't just a tough opponent. She's a tactical mastermind, a player who approaches tennis like a chess grandmaster in motion. Every shot is calculated, every rally constructed with precision, making her one of the most dangerous and unpredictable forces on the court. Coming into the match, Karolína Muchová was in terrifying form. Fresh off a confidence-boosting title run and playing some of the best tennis of her career. The 29-year-old Czech star operated like a maestro, blending music, explosive power with razor-sharp precision. Her game was a rare mix of old-school elegance and modern efficiency. Serve and volley executed flawlessly, angles so sharp they left opponents scrambling, and a tactical mind that turned every rally into a calculated battle. For Alex Eala, the challenge wasn't just physical, it was deeply psychological. Heading into the clash, she carried a brutal record against Czech opponents, still searching for her first breakthrough win. It was the ultimate David versus Goliath scenario, the kind of matchup that demands absolute focus from the moment a player wakes up. Music. Most athletes in that situation would shut out the world completely. Headphones on, eyes, music, forward, locked into a tunnel of concentration. But as the world would soon discover, Alex was not like most players. Because while this high-stakes battle loomed, another story was quietly unfolding just outside the stadium. One far removed from rankings, tactics, and scorelines. Maria and her young granddaughter Sofia were living a reality defined by struggle. Years of mounting medical bills and predatory loans had buried them under a crushing weight of debt, music, threatening even the roof over their heads. Their small, fragile world stood in stark contrast to the roaring spectacle of professional tennis, making what happened next not music, just surprising but deeply, heartbreakingly human. The tiny apartment Maria and her granddaughter Sofia shared, their only fragile sense of stability was constantly under music threat. For young Sofia, watching Alex Eala on a worn-out second-hand television wasn't just entertainment. It was music. Everything. It was hope, inspiration, and proof that dreams could break through even the harshest realities. To her, Alex wasn't just a tennis player. She was living evidence that someone from humble beginnings could rise to the grandest stages and challenge the very best in the world. That morning, as Alex stepped out of the practice complex, surrounded by her team and security, the atmosphere instantly erupted. The crowd surged forward like a tidal wave, voices colliding into a deafening roar as fans' music desperately tried to get closer. It was pure chaos. Joyful, electric, but dangerously overwhelming. In the middle of that crushing mass, Maria and Sofia suddenly found themselves in real danger, pressed hard against the metal barricades with barely enough space to breathe. Sofia clutched her neon green tennis ball tightly, tears, music, streaming down her face. Not from excitement, but from fear, the suffocating panic of being trapped in a crowd. In moments like these, athletes are trained to keep moving, to music, never stop. It's about safety, focus, and conserving every ounce of mental energy before a high-stakes battle, especially one as intense as facing music, a top player like Karolína Muchová. Every instinct, every rule, every voice in an athlete's camp says the same thing. Music. Don't break stride. But what happened next would defy all of that. Every instinct, every rule, music, drilled into elite athletes says the same thing. Keep your head down and keep moving. But in that moment, Alex Eala did the exact opposite. Her eyes sharp and focused like they are during a rally, scanned the chaotic crowd and locked onto Sofia's tear-streaked music face. And what followed wasn't calculated or rehearsed. It was purely human. To the visible surprise of her security team, Alex, music, suddenly stopped. Instead of offering a quick wave from a distance, she leaned into the barricade, gently creating space so the young girl could breathe. Music. Then, in a moment that stunned everyone watching, she knelt down in the thick Miami heat, bringing herself to eye level with the frightened child. The roaring crowd almost instinctively began to quiet. There was something powerful in that scene, something real that cut through the noise and frenzy. Music. Alex softly took the neon green tennis ball from Sofia's trembling hands and uncapped her marker. Her full attention now on the little girl in front of her. Music. For a brief moment, the pressure of the match, the noise of the crowd, and the weight of expectation all faded into the background, replaced by a simple, unforgettable act of kindness that no one there would ever forget. Music. Alex uncapped her marker and signed the neon green tennis ball with a long flowing signature. Her movements calmed despite the chaos around her. But she wasn't finished, not even close. As she handed the ball back, her eyes lifted to Maria. And in that single glance, Alexa, music, seemed to take in everything, the exhaustion etched into the grandmother's face, the worn edges of her clothes, and music, the fiercely protective way she had shielded Sophia from the crushing crowd. In that instant, a quiet decision was made. Just steps away, a vendor was moving through the crowd selling scratch-off lottery tickets. Without hesitation, Alex reached into her bag, pulled out a $20 bill, and bought one. The moment felt almost surreal, so spontaneous, music, so beautifully unscripted that even her security team looked caught off guard. Then gently she placed the ticket into Maria's rough, music work-worn hand, wrapping her fingers around it with both of her own. Looking her straight in the eyes, she spoke with a calm warmth that somehow cut through the noise. Sometimes we all just need a lucky bounce. Keep dreaming, music. Big, Sophia. And just like that, it was over. The crowd surged again. Her team guided her forward, and the moment disappeared as quickly as it had come. Alex was gone, heading into the stadium tunnels to prepare for her battle against Karolína Muchová. But behind her, Maria and Sophia stood frozen in disbelief, holding a signed tennis ball in one hand and a single lottery ticket in the other, completely unaware that their lives were about